Hi everybody, Andrew Ainsworth Golf Academy. Thanks as always for watching, for tuning in today. Exciting new product in my hand today. I've got the new Ping G driver, which has been hotly anticipated, shall we say. Let's just talk a little bit about its predecessor, the G30. The G30 for me was probably the best Ping driver I've ever sold in terms of volume. I sold a lot of them. It was a driver which people found very easy to hit, and it gave people everything they wanted. It gave them distance, it gave them forgiveness. Came in the three different models, as does the new G, standard head, LS Tech, low spin, SF Tech. I'll be doing reviews on each one of the new G drivers, but the one I just want to talk to you about today is the new G, and it's just in its standard form. Okay, so I've got a 10.5 degree here. Well, we're going to tell you a little bit about what Ping have done. Now, I feel like I'm going to give a science lesson here rather than talk to you about the golf club. There's an awful lot going on in this head, and Ping seem to have done an awful lot of design on this club. So we're just going to read a little bit from Ping's brochure and off their website and stuff. This makes me laugh a little bit. It's inspired by nature because the dragonfly was the inspiration for the new technology on the crown, but that doesn't make me laugh. I think that's very clever, but it's inspired by something called biomimicry. I didn't know that existed, biomimicry. So Ping engineers analysed a dragonfly's intricate wing pattern to design an ultra-thin crown sections for extreme CG, centre of gravity, and maximised MOI, moment of inertia. Dragonfly technology, Vortex technology, turbulators, and a strong T9S face created our longest, most forgiving driver ever. Wow, that's like Star Trek, that isn't it? Rather than a golf club. So an awful lot of technology gone in. So the Dragonfly technology basically allowed them to give them a much thinner crown. Okay, and you can see the Dragonfly sort of technology on here. So this is thinner, lighter, and they can move weight around. The turbulators are still on from the original G30. They've been slightly moved, I believe, to slightly different angles to make them a bit more efficient. And then in the back here, we have something, if you can see this, it's called the Vortex. Okay, so let's tell you a little bit about what the Vortex does. The Vortex technology minimises turbulent wake during the downswing for faster clubhead speed with improved stability and forgiveness to help generate more distance. Turbulator technology that again reduces drag for faster clubhead speed. Turbulators and Vortex technology contribute to reduce drag 37% in the impact zone, yielding greater club head speed, blah de blah de blah. So a lot going on there, folks, isn't there? I've hit it. What do we think of it? It's great. It works. It's very, very good. Although there's an awful lot going on the club head here, turbulators, Dragonfly, Vortex, it doesn't look that busy when you put it down because it's all in this sort of matte black finish. So you're aware of them, but it doesn't sort of jump out and smack you in the face. So quite like that. On the bottom, you know, it's all fairly nice and cosmetically it looks lovely with the sort of the blue. We've got a new shaft in here. We've got the new Alta shaft. What I did on this was I took put a stiff in there today. What is the spec on the shafts, folks? Alta 55 graphite in the stiff. Torque, sideways twist if you like, 4.9 degrees. Weight 59 grams in the stiff. In the regular, we're looking at 5.0 torque and 55 grams of weight. So it's a high-tech shaft, lightweight, extremely counterbalanced shaft that allows added head mass to increase energy. Right, let's get down to the important stuff. What did it do? So I spent quite a bit of time on GC2 trying to get some numbers for you folks. I like to play devil's advocate with these things as well, okay? I like to compare it to the previous model and see how it performs. Now, I was in love with G30. I thought it was a brilliant driver and it's a shame it had to end, but all good things come to an end. I wanted to do some like-for-like comparisons. Now, you'll have to appreciate trying to get 3 swings or 4 swings exactly the same. It's really difficult, especially hitting drives where you're trying to keep the tempo the same and the strike's going to vary on the face and the launch angles will change. So this is not, folks, absolutely scientific. To do this, you'd have to have a robot testing them, okay? And I'm sure people can do that, but I'm not a robot, and my golf swing moves around and it varies. So I've tried to get 3 or 4 swings of each driver just to see if anything jumps out. So on the top here, we've got the new Ping G driver in a 10.5 degree, set to 10.5 with the stiff shaft. And I hit 4 shots, averaging 102 miles an hour, okay, 102.5. Let's jump to the big numbers. Launch angle 12.3, spin, total spin 2,641, and the numbers we're all interested in. Average carry distance 256, running out to 278, although we don't pay too much attention to run out distance. So they're all pretty nice. They were all hit fairways. They were all, interesting enough, all finished slightly left target, these, average 9 yards left. Then I went to the good old G30, same old setup, 10.5 degrees. I even used a new shaft in the G30 head just to try and make the test more realistic. Got the club speed fairly similar, 103.5, so mile an hour difference. Launch angle virtually the same. Spin was quite interesting. Spin jumped a little bit to 3,000, but 3 of the drives I hit with the G30, I just leaked a little bit to the right. So I think I came in with a little bit more loft on it and a bit more spin. You can see the spin rate here jumped. That was probably my best strike down at, and I got spin was at sort of 2.7. So you could say that the G30 was spinning a little bit more. That's not necessarily a bad thing for me. I want a little bit of backspin on my drive to keep it up in the air a bit longer. But the interesting thing is the carry distance was only 3 yards in it, so nothing in it. And do you know what? Before I did this comparison, I didn't think there would be. For me, personally, I would quite happily use G30 or G. I must say, the new G to me just felt a little bit more forgiving on the shots where I misstruck it a bit. Toe, heel hits, I felt I was getting away with it a little bit more with the G than I might have done on the G30. And I'm not sure that this is the right shaft for me. I'm going to try some other shafts and play around with the settings. So don't get me wrong, there's no criticism here of this driver. I think it's a very good driver. I think it's a very worthy replacement to the G30, which was one of the best all-performing drivers in recent years. So kind of a tough act to follow. Has it followed it? Very much so. Is it better? I think it is. I think it's marginal, but I think it is slight improvement on the G30. And I'm really interested to hit more shots of it and experiment with it in a little bit more detail. So really enjoyed it. New Ping G, lovely club. I'm sure there's plenty of you out there who are itching to hit it. The launch date was yesterday worldwide, so there'll be plenty of you guys and girls out there who have had a chance to hit this driver now. So let me know what you think. It's been fun hitting it. I'll be back with plenty more reviews on the G product. Thanks as always for watching. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do so, and I'll speak soon. Take care.